What's such a boy for another reaction? In today's video, we have Dubai is completely fine by Trent University. Is they completely fine though? I ain't them niggas skyscrapers and hotels getting hit with drones. Why is they even attacking Dubai?
Into a country that funded a group trying to overthrow a foreign government, only to end up being attacked because another country is trying to overthrow a completely different foreign government just 35 miles across the water from you. And then imagine going to jail for talking about it. Did you know that the rebel group the UAE is funding in Sudan is actually an enemy of Iran? Crazy, right? But I mean,
Yeah, that said that Dubai funding that Sudan genocide, and that's fucked up.
game recognized game. Because I too live in a country that loves to destabilize other countries. Now, of course, this isn't the fault of the regular people in Dubai and the UAE, and I know everyone makes fun of the expats that come here, but for the average Emirati citizen, and even worse, the kafala workers, who are not legally allowed to leave because they've had their passports confiscated, this is a nightmare. But unfortunately, you guys have US military bases, and dealing with the US, you're always gonna end up in trouble. Sorry, not much I can do about it as an American, because if the US wants a military base in your country, then your country is gonna get a military base. And then you really get the American experience, because our government does things we don't agree with all the time.
Bro, look at the nigga skin game. What the fuck, game? Gang, fucking orange peel ass nigga. Like, what the f?
Welcome to the American Empire. I imagine that this is probably how some ancient Spanish farmers felt when Rome would come in and collect taxes so they could pay for a war in a country they've never heard of. But for the tourists that travel to Dubai during the war, look at a map. Just look at one, please. Man, I love a good map because as a tourist, I know that even if I thought they were on good terms, I'd still know that Iran is only
Damn, all them niggas trying to get out of Dubai. What the fuck? But I know that's all U.S. tourists
35 miles away.
trying to get out of it, bitch.
Bro, you can drive 35 miles across the smallest U.S. state, Rhode Island, and still be in Rhode Island. Look at a map before you travel, and you might even find out where you are. The tourists that did this are no different than the people who drive to Florida during hurricane season that end up clogging the highway, making it harder for the people who live in Florida to get out. And I'm not referring to the people who were already in the UAE when all of this started, because of course, that was just bad luck. And I'm glad that everyone made it back safe because there were some people working in Dubai that just made it back recently, like these Bosnians touching down in Sarajevo. But again, with the expats.
All's well in downtown Dubai. Everything looks fine. People are outside. No big deal. So, I don't know what the fuss is all about on social media where people are saying it's a war zone. It's absolutely not. It's perfectly safe out here. It's perfectly safe out here. It's perfectly safe out here.
But I am leaving Dubai and I'm heading back to UK.
Is it under attack? Are we here?
Nah, it's not under attack.
Why would he say this? You're going back to the UK because where you live is under attack. But it's not just him. We've got influencers posting near identical propaganda videos, ignoring the danger by threat of prison, I guess, and it's pretty sad.
Influencers from across the UAE, but particularly in Dubai, have taken to social media to post near identical
Yeah, with a fucking drone strike, my nigga. Don't be scared of fuck. Like,
videos.
you hear a fucking mosquito. That's how that shit sound. That shit scary as hell, bro. A drone, like.
Featuring and praising Dubai's crown prince.
And one unnamed influencer was told that she had to delete her video and post a correction, although she's likely not the only one. But you face up to 2 years for making the country look bad for tourism. And even the UK's embassy in the UAE had to warn people about doing this because they will face legal action. And I was being sarcastic talking about this guy. Obviously, we know full well why he'd say they're not under attack, because he'd go to jail if he said they were. As in addition to one British guy facing charges for filming an attack, several people...
Yeah, what's up with these niggas? Like, what's up with these niggas just getting, like, the influencers getting rich and moving to Dubai? Like, they is getting paid. I'm stupid. They is getting paid. Niggas is getting paid to influence and promote Dubai. They is. Speed get paid by Saudi Arabia. Obviously, he posted on his story like a couple weeks ago when he was in Saudi. Hashtag visit Saudi. Like, they do get paid to promote this place.
People in the UAE are facing charges for sharing content that depicts the impact of the conflict. Because the UAE, and Dubai in particular, relies a lot on tourism. And they have for a while now, even during the pandemic. And for the people actually born in the UAE, it's unfortunate that to the rest of the world, these tone-deaf expats can't represent your country because they have such big followings. But if you didn't notice how this guy had to flex his cars in the intro, it was a big sign that, like every other expat, the primary motivation to move here was not because it's safer than a Western city. I mean, have you ever been to York? or Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts? There are plenty of safe areas in the West that rich people do live in. But no, these guys chose the UAE because it's a tax haven. They came to take advantage of your country while bashing their own home country just to have to flee back to where they came from because they forgot that the US existed.
There aren't many countries in the world who has an economy which is growing like Dubai. If you want to be able to put your money somewhere and just say, you know,
But that nigga always glaze in Dubai. Gang, niggas don't like Dubai because you don't have to pay taxes, gang. Like,
I'm going to put my money somewhere and I'm not going to insult the rulers of that country. And I'm not going to insult the rulers of that country. And as long as I don't do that, my money is safe.
And as long as the US is around, that means it's always time for a conflict in the Middle East. Why do you think George Bush lives in Crawford, Texas? Because it's in the middle of nowhere and far from the Middle Eastern conflicts that he created. And I'm not gonna lie, this guy seems like a nice person. And of course he travels because he
escaping the war in the Middle East in a gold Rolls Royce.
runs a travel channel, but escaping war in the Middle East in a gold Rolls Royce is one of the most tone-deaf things I've ever seen, bro. I mean, the car is pretty cool though. But yeah, the no war and Ba Sing Se meme that's going around is hilarious. Because I remember watching this as a little kid thinking, LOL, that's probably how it was in ancient China. Except for now, it's reality in the UAE. And man, it never fails. Every time I mention Dubai, I get expats in my comment section just talking about the West and the West has problems and they're so much cooler because they bought an apartment in the desert to avoid taxes and to enjoy the fruits of, essentially, free labor, but everywhere has problems. The difference is, you guys can't even talk.
Gang, it's other countries where you don't have to pay taxes, gang. Like Puerto Rico, that's why Jake Paul and Donald Trump, I said Donald Trump, I mean, and Logan Paul live out there.
Talk about yours. You can only talk about mine. So I'll talk about yours. Don't worry. Just allow me to be the voice of your frustration.
The only thing that bothers me is when people from first world or developed countries on developing countries for doing things that those developed countries also did in the first place. It's just a little bit of
God, I hate this argument so much. Cool, so then just third world countries can have systems then. Hey, listen, America did it in the 1700s. They got away with it, so we could just do that? I hate these arguments so fucking much. Well, what are you to talk? America did it in the past. Nigga, what?
And most of the time, these comments probably just come from some guy from London that moved to Dubai because he knows the UAE probably hasn't heard from other Europeans that Brits are basically the Americans of the East, when it comes to tourism at least. But I do feel bad for the Emiratis that grew up here because their country just gets memed due to the existence of people from the West moving there and criticizing the West. Like, bro, trading one set of problems for another set of problems is crazy. You could have also chosen to live in Monaco,
Monaco, yeah. The fuck, you don't have to pay taxes in Monaco, even though it's expensive as fuck.
The western city with low crime, where rich people also don't pay taxes? Did you guys forget Monaco existed? Or is it just not your thing because Monaco has a fully paid workforce? I'm sorry, I know some people in the UAE can get a livable wage, but the kafala worker situation just really, really angers me. And even more so when people driving $200,000 cars ignore the fact that they exist. Because even if you can't mention them, you know they exist and you still defend the government. I love America, but I will never defend the negative things my government does. And that's my right as an American, to eat unhealthy food, be lied to by the government, and have the ability to criticize my government heavily. But seriously, I feel like enough people don't mention Monaco. The main argument for wealthy expats in the UAE is the West is dangerous, and the real reason, of course, which is taxes. But Monaco has no income tax. It has a royal family like Dubai, and again, it even has a fully paid workforce. It's literally a more organic and ethical version of Dubai, with better weather, because it manages to be warm and sunny while not sitting completely within a desert. Because similar to Las Vegas, which sits entirely within the Mojave Desert, Dubai lies within the Arabian Desert, which is technically an extension of the Sahara, the hottest desert on Earth. The Europeans have to wear sunscreen to avoid deadly UV rays, and for black and brown people, have to worry about the several horror stories of discrimination in the UAE. Like, bro, you can experience racism in your own country. You don't have to go somewhere that'll lock you up for taking a picture.
Driving in Monaco, that shit look hard as fuck. Y'all see how small and all them damn turns and curves, dude. And a lot of that shit like a pain in the ass.
Of a current event just to avoid taxes? I hate taxes, but honestly, if I could afford it, I'd rather move to Monaco. Or even Georgia, the country, not the state, which is home to YouTuber Gatsu. And even though it borders a certain country,
Georgia, hell nah.
They don't tax foreign income, meaning that if you get paid from social media like YouTube or TikTok, you can also avoid taxes. Look, my point is, all y'all with the lip fillers
living in Georgia, and it's Georgia and Russia on good terms, bro. Because you risking Russia just invading Georgia, or hitting Georgia with a bomb or something. I don't know.
and BBLs,
Let's
you
see.
know you wasn't political.
Let's see. Georgia. What do Georgia even look like? It's a beautiful place. What the fuck? Like, got a lot of nature. Yes. Is Russia are not on good terms politically with no formal diplomatic relations since the 2008 war. Yet they maintain Russia occupies. Man.
In your home country. So don't get political now, because we don't believe you. We know that you'll go to jail if you don't praise the government of the UAE. You're not fooling us, and you just look crazy. But yeah, shout out to everybody that pulled up to the live stream. I'm gonna try to do it at least once a week, but that's all I got for now, and I'll see you guys next time.
Make sure to come subscribe and all this is Dubai propaganda slop.